So on the agenda for today's project, we're actually going to start the process of swapping this black interior over to the arguably more premium looking cinnamon colored interior. Now I'm not really sure what everyone else's opinion is on the cinnamon colored interiors that BMW offers, but I've had black interior on a lot of different BMW chassis in the past. Even my E90 M3 had a bamboo beige interior, which was whatever. It was cool. The car was black, so it kind of contrasted pretty well. But I'm a huge fan of sort of the more premium color options, like the reds and the browns and the one-off colors that you could order on the newer BMWs even. And I'm not really in a position to be speccing out cars just yet. So when this opportunity came up for me to buy the full extended leather interior for this car in the cinnamon color, I had to hop on it. It comes with the dash, the glove box, the front and rear seats, the rear bench, the armrest, and I believe that's all of the pieces. Jeez, my arm is getting tired. But anyways, I figured what better way to sort of introduce the build than to just start with something pretty simple, which is, I guess, part one of this interior swap, which we're going to try to just install the door panels today. Alright, so I wasn't originally going to make this video a DIY on how to replace your door panels on your F10, but I figured while I'm in here and I'm kind of learning how to do this myself, I didn't look up any forums or anything. I'm a pretty big DIYer, so it's not that hard to pop off door panels. I pulled off hundreds of them. So what I found though is, like any other door panel, usually there are a couple screws holding it on. But because I was not sure what to take off first on this door panel, since I didn't want to break anything, I started off by reaching my fingers under here. This is the only place on this door panel I was able to get my fingers under. Everywhere else is pretty tight. But if you have a trim removal tool or a screwdriver, maybe with some tape on it so you don't scratch anything, you could probably get in somewhere else. But I was able to get my fingers in here, and I snapped this clip out, all the way around the door panel until I got them all, and then I realized that it wasn't moving still. Every time I would pull this door panel from the bottom here, it would sort of bend along this line here, and I realized that there's got to be a screw like somewhere here holding it in. And sure enough, I looked at the other door panel. If you look here, this is the back side of the door panel. There's a little hole right there, which I can only assume was a screw hole. Usually on other door panels I've done, there is a screw right behind the handle. And so I popped this trim piece out, which there's nothing holding it in. It just clips in. Nothing major. You can just get behind there with, again, a screwdriver or a trim removal tool. Pop that out, take that screw out. It's a T27. And then when I had that out, I realized the door panel still wasn't coming out. And sure enough, underneath this trim piece down here is another T27. But when you get that out, then all you have to do is lean this back like this. I don't know if you can see that. Lean it back like this, and then push it up, and then it will come right off. Alright, so we just wrapped up installing the driver's front door panel, the cinnamon door panel. And now that we got it all hooked up, we could check to make sure all the functions work. That one works. That one works. Let's see. This one works. All good so far. Perfect. That works. Oh, sounds a little crunchy. And then The memory seat function, I know it works, I just don't have it set. Oh, you hold it. Oh, I didn't know that. Cool. Learn something new every day. And then let's see if this speaker works. Sweet. Alright. So I think that officially about wraps up this front door panel. Looks pretty good to me. Came out pretty much perfect, no issues at all. So at this point we could just move on to the driver's rear door panel and get started on that. What's up, guys? It's officially day 2. All we managed to get done yesterday, let me show you, is this driver's front door panel. So today I'm going to try to knock out getting the other 3 done. And instead of trying to get all these fancy angles and stuff, I think I'm just going to go ahead and bust them out and then maybe fill you guys in at the end. So with that, let's hop into it. Alright, so there's been a interesting development, to say the least. So for you guys, it's maybe been 5 seconds since I last updated you, but for me, it's been about 2.5 hours. And what had happened was, when I purchased this interior set, I didn't bother comparing it to mine. I just assumed like one F10 interior was the same as the other F10 interior. And for the most part, it is. But what I figured out when I took out my door panel here, my black door panel, is that unlike mine, the new one, I don't know if you guys can catch what the difference is here, but right here on mine was a speaker like grill, like a speaker cover, and this one obviously is leather, does not have that. In this one, let me see if I can grab the piece here. I've already stripped the leather. I'll explain in a second why I did that. But this one here sits like that. And so it comes from factory with this little cutout here. And so I spent the last couple hours figuring out what I was going to do, because clearly my F10 came with an upgraded audio option, or it just, I don't know, that the car that the cinnamon interior came out of just didn't have the rear speaker option for some reason. And so what I decided to do, and reluctantly to say the least, is, if you're at all familiar with BMW interiors, especially their door panels, they're all trash, especially on the older cars. And this one is a little better. They designed it a little better, but they did the exact same design as they always do. So if you look, this is one that I haven't taken apart yet, but there's all these little like plastic rivets, you can call them. And those are the only things that hold on these panels on the front. And so what I figured I could do is, I was very tempted to just cut my cinnamon piece up and try to fit that speaker cover over, but what I decided to do instead was I broke off all of the back sides of these plastic rivets on my black door panel, and was able to remove this already factory designed piece with the tabs for the speaker cover. And what I'm going to do, and hope that I could do this the way I think I can in my mind, is take that insert out, the cinnamon colored one, lay it over this, and then just cut the leather right here, and then reinstall it into the door panel, and use the cinnamon colored door panel insert. This is not particularly the route I wanted to go with this project. I was hoping everything was just kind of plug and play, and I think any other normal person, if they really wanted the cinnamon interior that I have put in really bad, they would just rock without the rear speakers. But I don't know, man, I'm just like really into my music and stuff, and so I figured, I mean, I'm here, I already have it out, I'm a huge DIYer, so I figured why not give it a try, you know. Worst case, absolute worst case, I have no good looking door panels because I ruined the black one. But with that being said, I figured I'd update you guys with what's going on, and then I guess the next clip will either be it going in or no door panels in the back. So stay tuned. Alrighty guys, so this is what I was trying to show you. I just finished taking off this insert, and if you look, they are pretty much exactly the same shape minus this cutout right here. So what I'm going to do is just strip this leather off of this cinnamon, lay it down from this side over here, and once I get it lined up to right here and right here, I'll just cut the leather and then glue it down and then put the speaker cover in, and there we go. Cinnamon colored rear door inserts with my speakers still functioning. Sweet. Alright, big update. So after so many hours of tinkering with it and pulling off the cinnamon leather off of the other piece, I'm happy to report that I was able to fully reinstall the cinnamon leather insert with now, let me get it set up here. Oh wow. A functional speaker grill. So I'm gonna toss it back in the car. I'll shoot a couple more shots and we'll be all done. What's going on, you guys? It's been about 20 minutes since the last clip you just saw, and I don't know if you can see in the background there, but the door panel is officially installed. Let me turn the camera around and show you guys a better view. Trim's installed. It looks perfect. And I don't know if you guys can hear that. We got some lo-fi beats going, but sound works. Everything works. Door panels installed. Custom, I don't know, retrofit, I guess you can call it, for the cinnamon leather insert. All done and wrapped up. The driver's side is officially swapped. Show you guys. The driver's side, all done and wrapped up. Everything is functioning. And now we could move on to the passenger side. I think for now, just because I've now spent 2 days installing just 2 panels and I pretty much learned everything on the fly. I didn't look anything up on the forums. I just kind of went into it without knowing what to expect. I think I might end the video here, and we could just pick up on the rest of the interior swap when I get around to it. I'm headed to work. This isn't my 9 to 5 yet, unfortunately, so I got a couple days and then I could be back and hopefully can film some more things, and hopefully the passenger side door panels will be just a little clip, and then I can start working on the seats and possibly even the dash. So with that, here's to wrap it up, my first video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Catch you in the next one.